Hello, hello, hello. I'm Joe.
And I'm Jordan.
And this is Double Trouble Features.
Hoorah.
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 Okay. Yeah. Hoorah. The weekly podcast where we talk about all things television, movies, and what's on these damn screens.
First, Joe, how are you, man?
I thought November was going to be better. It was not.
But it's been going by quick.
It's been going by very fast because of all of the horrors we have persisted through.
Hey, you know what? Amen, brother.
Yeah.
But today we got a great show. We're going to talk about, it's Thanksgiving time. So we're going to talk about what we're thankful for in the movie/TV realm, as you can call it, and
the entertainment space, if you will.
Ooh, I like kind of like that voice. Kind of like that voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about the movies, TVs that we've watched, TV shows that we watch. And Joe, he's crossed over on his TV show.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you did.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you did. No. We're happy for Joe. We're happy for Joe.
I don't know about any of that, but we'll see.
All right, guys. It's that time of the year. It's Thanksgiving. My favorite holiday. It's definitely my favorite holiday. I love Thanksgiving food.
I love Thanksgiving food, but your favorite holiday? Do you get in a party bus with all of your friends for Thanksgiving?
I don't need that. I will take my ham and my deviled eggs over a party bus all day, every day.
So you're a ham person.
I'm easily ham person. Ham, like spiral ham with a little bit of cinnamon on top.
With some sugar and pineapples.
Yes, is like the number one food to me.
That's interesting because for us, like, we might have ham sometimes, but like turkey is always the big thing on Thanksgiving. And then Christmas was more ham.
See, so Christmas, we like spice it up. We get like, so Thanksgiving's at my mom's house. Christmas is at my house. So like I make like a brisket or like prime rib, something like that for Christmas.
These past few years, since we've been more adults, we've gone for either a prime rib and a duck.
Ooh.
Duck lounge.
Okay. See, I'm like scared because like I don't know how to cook a duck, so like I don't know.
It's really not that hard. It's like same basic premise as like a chicken or a turkey.
Yeah, but I feel like there's less margin of error.
True, but you just have to like thermometer it.
Just
like
I
don't I always find this thing, it's like people are like, I don't know how to do it. It's like just thermometer it and you'll know what the temperature is.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's very difficult for some people.
Okay, but like, have you ever made a brisket?
Yeah.
Like you did all of it. Like you cooked, you smoked that bitch, and like you did all of it.
Not all of it, no.
Okay, so brisket, the thing is, so I will admit this, I have perfected how to make a fucking brisket.
Guys, I need you to know, once you start turning 30, all of your friends are going to start telling you about how great their ribs and their briskets are.
Yes, and especially in the Midwest.
And it's so annoying because everyone has perfected it.
Okay, not a brisket. My friend.
No, all of you dumbass straight men have your own perfect brisket recipe, and I'm.
No, okay. So come over Christmas, man. Come watch Chiefs game. Hopefully Netflix gets their shit right.
They will not.
Okay.
I mean, when have you ever? That's why the Love Is Blind. That's why Love Is Blind wasn't a live thing because they tried it the last time.
Oh, did you watch the fight?
I tried to. Well, I was at a wedding and me and my friend like had it on our phone trying to watch it. Well, and another thing, we didn't know that there was going to be like 3 fights ahead of the actual fight.
It's a full card.
Fuck off. Nobody gives a fuck about this. We did not come here for that. No, I want Jake Paul and all that bullshit. And then
if you think about it, like those title fights, like,
but then nobody even got like knocked out.
No, that chick got robbed. The girl fight, the one that lost, she got robbed.
I was at a wedding, so every time it wasn't them, we would just put it away until it was. Yeah, no, we didn't like sit there. We weren't assholes like some people who just sit at a wedding with their fucking phone out watching a game.
I mean, it depends on.
Yeah, and it being
depends.
No,
It depends.
It's asshole shit either way.
Okay, you were in the bridal party though, so that makes sense why you gotta. If I have to go to one of my wife's friends that we barely talk to's wedding, and I'm surrounded by nobody I know, yes, I'm easily watching the game.
Fairly different, but go to the car.
Yeah. No, because then my wife would get mad at me if I went to the car.
Oh, she shouldn't get mad at you for going to the car. Like if you don't want to be here, just wait in the car. I never understood why it's like not okay to just like sit on your phone in the car.
No, that's okay, but like
I said hello, I had a piece of cake,
and then now let me just go to the car and no, that's bad optics. Because then she's going to get asked, "Hey, where's your husband?"
He's around here somewhere.
I don't see him because he's the only black guy in this entire wedding.
I don't keep tabs on my husband. Or what? I would rather say that than, oh, he's on his iPad in the corner over there. Go say hi. Yeah. No, that's so much more embarrassing to me.
I ain't got shame. Anyway, but the fight, just quick, little deviate. Netflix, get your shit together because you tried live. And that, I had buddies over. We all were here trying to watch it. And I thought my Wi-Fi was going out. And I was like, oh my God, guys. Like, hey, let me take this off, take this off, take this off. Then I check Twitter and it's just like, oh, no, everybody's experiencing this. Like, my mom was calling me and she was just like, hey, where are you? I'm like, I'm on round 6. She's like, oh, the fight hasn't even started for me. I was just like, Jesus Christ. Like, it was so bad.
Well, and so that's interesting. But that does show how many people did want to watch this stupid fight.
It said 60 million households.
Which is like insane. But it's also something to say for the broadcasters who can easily do this. Live events.
Yeah, no.
And why it was so hard, why it's been hard for Netflix to do live events. I'm not thankful for Netflix's live events.
No, but here's the problem though. It's because on Christmas Day, they get football. They get NFL games. And so they get the Chiefs. And I ain't trying to put up with all that buffering bullshit.
You're gonna.
When I'm watching my Chiefs.
Oh, baby, you're gonna. They pushed this back because of this stupid shit. It was supposed. This fight.
He got hurt.
Who did?
Mike Tyson.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe that should have been
He had multiple blood transfusions and stuff like that
to fight Jake Paul.
Yeah, and he still was like, "Yeah, I'm still going to do this." Did you actually watch the fight though?
Not all of it.
Yeah, no, it was terrible.
Because at that point I heard it was awful.
Yeah,
after the fact, because I could never see it because we were trying to load it on LTE, and that was not working.
Damn, not even 5G.
Not 5G LTE. No, yeah, it wasn't my phone. But
just throw somebody else under the bus.
I didn't say their name, but no. So then after it, I saw all the highlights and stuff, and there were not many.
There was none.
There were not many highlights. It was, and then everyone discovered, which I was actually proud of myself. Everyone discovered that there is a boxing system or a scoring system in boxing, and
I mean, how else, did everybody just think that it's just a knockout?
Whoever gets knocked out loses, yeah, or whoever stays down. Because you always see in movies, it's whoever stays down for 10 seconds, and that's their only barometer for boxing. Yeah. It's not like boxers are really great at promoting the sport.
Yep. Well, back in the day they did. Now
it's all MMA, baby.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Dana got that shit on lock, and yeah, that fight was on Saturday.
Which is crazy because it's just gay porn.
Not at all, but I mean, unless gay porn it's bloody like that, then hey.
You don't know what I like.
Again, we're on. Okay. But anyway. So back to the original topic. First of all, Netflix, get your shit together. You did terrible for your live event. But 2 fights were very, very good fights. Both people got robbed. But anyway, what we're thankful for.
Yeah. Not, like I said, not Netflix's live events.
Not Netflix's live events. Joe, what are you thankful for, man?
I am thankful for this horror renaissance that we have had going on. It's been so refreshing.
Oh, I watched Substance.
You did watch something.
It's good.
It's
really good.
Because it's so fucking good. And that's the thing. And you know what's more fucked up is they thought that movie was going to go nowhere, do nothing. And so
They didn't promote it that well.
No,
like,
and they didn't promote it at all, hardly. And it was in a very limited release. And now it's on Mubi, which I had never heard of Mubi before.
Mubi?
Well, Mubi, Mubi.
Like a boob? Booby?
I guess.
Mubi?
Like Tubi.
Yeah.
But Mubi. And it's because they put like this, basically the people who made the movie were like, this is never going to go anywhere. It's too weird. It's too gross. And Mubi was like, it's a Demi Moore movie. We'll take it for cheap. And they were like, great. So if you want to watch The Substance, get a free trial to Mubi.
My buddy has a Plex account and it's on there, and I was just like, all right, let me watch it now, and not disappointed.
That last 30 minutes just really, it was beautiful. But no, all of the horror that we've had this year, just thinking of Abigail, The Watchers, literally just so much good.
Even Alien
Romulus.
Yes.
It's supposed to be coming out on Hulu soon, and I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch it again. But no, there's just been a really good revitalization of horror, even like horror comedies like Lisa Frankenstein, and you talked about Abigail, just like how this genre is changing, and even like Terrifier 3 getting this huge, getting way more, and Terrifier and Terrifier 2, a lot of people didn't know about those movies until Terrifier 3 because they promoted the ever-loving F out of that movie. And
how do you not know Terrifier from like just his face?
Art the Clown?
Yeah.
I'm well versed, but like people, there are people who didn't.
What's that on? What's Terrifier 3 on?
I want to say Shut. I don't think it's on anything streaming yet.
Is it not?
I think the first two are on like Peacock or something, either Peacock or Shudder.
There's no way it's in theaters.
It's not in theater. Well, and so something I'm not thankful for is these distribution companies are holding these movies longer now, if you haven't noticed. Or it's like for pay. Like it's not getting onto the streamers as soon as it used to.
Yeah, and that kind of goes to like what I'm thankful for. I am very thankful for my AMC pass. Again, I'm not getting paid. We're definitely not getting paid.
We're definitely not getting paid.
But I'm not gonna lie, guys. If you like movies, the AMC pass, A-list pass, is the best deal you can get, and that's the only reason why I can go see movies. Is because, again, you get 3 movies a week in any kind of way. So if I go see an IMAX, which this week, like as we're recording, we're gonna go see Gladiator and Wicked.
Glicked, if you will.
Glick. We're going to go see that, and both of those are in IMAX, and that would cost me, just me alone, $40.
And that's before tax.
Yeah, that's before tax.
Because like, if you, especially like which theater you're at, I don't know.
Exactly.
And then you also get all the fun little like deals on the treats and all that stuff. Like it's a little perk, but it's not
a little perk.
It's not a big perk.
Concession stands is just too expensive.
It's crazy.
So, but like the worst times are when I'm like, dang, I haven't eaten, and this is like I need dinner, and like I didn't have time to go to like a fast food place.
So you take out a mortgage for some chicken strips and some fries.
Oh my god, it's like $20 some odd for like 4 chicken strips. Like Jesus Christ.
And the worst Heinz honey mustard you could ever muster.
I don't think it's that bad, to be honest.
There's just so many better ones.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I rarely am.
Okay. But what's gotten me mad? I've seen 27 movies this year. But what's gotten me pissed off is, like, life is getting busy and you got to do this and that, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, okay, hey, I'll catch this movie in a little bit, maybe in a week or two. And some of these movies are just off instantly.
They
get a 2-week run and done.
And that's because, I mean, it's all about profitability. It's all about how many people are going to see that movie.
Yeah.
And if people aren't still going to see that movie, and it's just like, I do think it's crazy how quickly they leave theaters now.
No, like I like the movie, it's on my friend's Plex, and I'm going to watch it. But I wanted to see Saturday Night Live.
Is it already out of theaters?
It was out for 2 weeks, not even, and like half the theaters didn't even have it on. So I'm like, how am I supposed to watch this movie? Like,
I'm also kind of curious just now because I feel like part of this is due to streamers and direct video.
Yes,
a lot of people they don't have an AMC A-list. So
most people don't go, and especially for example, this weekend, if I want to go see Wicked and it's me, you're going to take, we're going to have our girls and we're going to take our kids to go see it.
Yeah, no.
Okay, if I take my kid, let's say, the average 2.5 kids, me and, another adult, you're spending $40-$50 plus popcorn plus whatever
for 2 hours.
For 2.5 hours of just pink and green, It's not worth it. Like it's really not.
I think Wicked's a bad example. I think Wicked is the one movie where that $50 is worth it. I think if you're really
not at all.
But no movie is worth $50
exactly.
to you. Yeah. So I'm saying if you were to choose one,
yes,
that like it would be. I think that Moana 2. My mother is like, how do we convince your dad to see Moana 2 with us? And I said,
I don't care if he comes or not.
I said, we'll just give him edibles and call it good.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I'm going to be on edibles the whole time too.
Duh.
You're DD, mom.
Yeah, no. So shout out AMC Pass. If you don't have it, highly recommend it. $20. You get to see 12 movies a month.
And it's just good for like when you have like
nothing to do.
A Sunday afternoon and you're like, I'll go see a movie. But also people need to be able to go see movies by themselves. I don't know how you feel about that. I enjoy going and seeing a movie by myself. Sometimes I'll make a day out of it.
I haven't done that yet.
You've never seen a movie by yourself?
I've gone to a restaurant by myself. Have not gone to a movie by myself.
You're just sitting in the dark watching a movie. You need people there.
Yeah. I need you, man.
That's true. You do.
Joe, in a couple months, I'm turning 30.
Mm-hmm.
And I've already like mentally prepared that I'm 30.
No, because everyone turns 30 at 28. And I know you hate that, but like once you get to 30, you realize you've had this mentality for the past couple years.
I heard actually like when you turn 30, you're more like 24.
Yeah.
Because now you're like, oh, I'm in my 30s. I'm young.
Well,
I'm young 30.
And because it takes all that pressure off of, we think that we have all these things that we have to have done by the time we're 30. And then you hit that marker.
And you're like, I got none of it done.
Yeah. None of it. And so, and so you give yourself.
Beyonce's supposed to be my wife. Like, what am I doing?
I don't know. She likes ugly guys. So you had a shot.
Anyway.
That was a good one.
Hey, I'm better looking than Jay-Z. So
yeah, I'll give you that.
Anyway, the movie I'm talking about this week is called My Old Ass. I actually really want to see it in theaters, but again, it was out for only like a week and a half and gone. So I'm very glad I got to actually watch it. It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon Prime. A quick little movie. It's only like an hour and a half.
Good. I like a quickie.
And I would literally give this movie 8.
8?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Okay. If you are not 30 or older, it's not going to be an 8 for you.
Yeah, no.
It's not going to be 8 for you. But like basically like the premise is you have this girl, this queer girl named Elliot, who has been she's been lesbian her entire life. And then she just turned 18. It's her birthday and it's summer. So she's about to go off to college. She lives in like, off a farm in like rural, like East Coast. And so she's going to Toronto for college. So she's like, finally I get to go away from this place. Like she's super happy. So then her and her two best friends, they're like, hey, we're going to do shrooms. Let's do shrooms, to
How
kick
old-
off for your birthday. She
how-
just turned 18.
Oh, okay.
She just turned 18.
Okay. I just needed like a time check real quick.
Yep.
I was like, we're showing 13-year-olds doing mushrooms.
Yeah. So they do mushrooms on this island, and her friends are being fucking weird on mushrooms, just like you're supposed to be on mushrooms. But then she's like, wow, it's not really affecting me at all. Like, nothing's happening. Then all of a sudden, Aubrey Plaza comes up. Aubrey Plaza is like the 44-year-old Elliot. And Elliot's super happy, super excited. And she's like, hey, like, what's this? Like, what's life like? Like, hey, like, do I have like, a wife and everything like that? And she's like, well, I don't want you to kind of be like this or that. And I really can't give you that much advice. But the big thing I want you to do is I just want you to be with your family, hang out with your family more and stuff like that. And then any person you meet named Chad, avoid at all cost.
Those are both just good life lessons.
Yeah, just don't fuck with Chads.
Don't fuck with Chads. Hang out with your family more than you do.
Do you have a Chad friend? A friend named Chad? I don't think I do.
Not off the top of my head, and most gay men who go by Chadwick.
Chadwick.
Well, Chad is usually short for something.
Chadwick.
Yeah.
Man, okay.
I've like met a couple Chadwicks, but not like I don't have a Chad in my life.
Yeah. No. Okay. Good. I don't either. There's definitely no black Chads.
Way too many Tylers, way too many Zachs.
There's a lot of Tylers and Zachs.
It's
Johns. Yeah. But anyway, as I digress. So basically what happens in this movie is Elliot starts to kind of follow a little bit of what she's asking and everything like that. And then guess what? She finally meets Chad. And she's like, oh shit, I need to avoid Chad. Chad is, me and both my wife think he's ugly as hell, but
who is it?
I'm not gonna lie. His name is Percy White. But I'm not gonna lie. Gives off. I get their banter. They have perfect banter chemistry, and I get the love connection. And so she starts to try to contact Aubrey Plaza, and she's not picking up.
Oh, it's the guy. It's the kid from Wednesday.
Oh yeah, he is. He reminded me of Trevor Lawrence. I don't know. Do you know who Trevor Lawrence is?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know who Trevor Lawrence is.
Yeah.
Quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, there we go.
Thank you.
Yeah. But anyway, so basically what happens in the movie is you start to go through her summer, what she's trying to do before she, graduates and stuff like that, while also trying to battle what, Aubrey Plaza kind of forecasted in the future, while still trying to battle, do I like this guy, Chad?
But she's a lesbian?
Exactly.
Okay.
So,
but he's kind of femme looking, so I get it.
Yes. So, basically, for the movie, the reason why I give it an 8. First, good acting, by the way. Aubrey Plaza is very pictured in the trailer and the poster. She's barely in the movie.
Interesting.
She's barely in the movie, to be honest. It's mostly just Macy.
Didn't she direct it and stuff?
That I don't know.
I'm curious. I feel like she played a part in the production somehow.
She might have. Because during this she was filming Agatha, so she might have been doing that. But anyway, the thing that makes this, my wife cried during this movie because it shows how you cannot be afraid of the future. You can't always think about what I'm going to do now that's going to affect me, a year from now, 5 years, 10 years from now. But also you can't hold what's happened in the past that holds you to what you're doing now. You have to eventually move on. You have to be able to, it's okay that because as we get older, we are less likely to try to make mistakes. We're less likely to do this because we're smart enough to understand. Well, like the benefit, and like she said, like the benefit of being young is like, I don't worry about those mistakes, which allows me to live.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, damn, that's very true. Because like, there's things that I was, as a, almost 30-year-old, I'm just like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But like, if I was 18, 19, 20, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. Do that. And so it comes off as like, because you have wisdom, you get wiser. But at the same time, it's like, when does being wiser trump living and enjoying life?
And I think, and what's interesting about that kind of sparked with me, I think a lot of people confuse wisdom for fear and fear for wisdom, because they think that they're afraid because they're wise. And no, you're just afraid. And you might be wise to be afraid, but you got to push through a lot of those fears.
Yeah.
In a lot of situations, especially when you're older, because like, we and especially when you're like 30 or about to be 30, you don't want to be cringy. You don't want to do that. Like, you don't want to like affect other people's lives too much. You want to be like, you try to keep it insular in yourself. You want to make sure there's no fallout to whatever this happens.
I want to make sure that you're happy. I want to make sure somebody else is happy. I want to make sure blah, 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 this. Because, if I don't go to this party with my friend, then they might get upset at me, and which will cause this drama, which is blah, blah, blah. But it's just like, at the same time, it's just like, live your life and do. And even when you know what the mistake is, it's still okay to live through that. Just kind of off topic. Talking to one of my friends. I'm not going to name their names, but their friend is a little bit older than us, just a little bit, and is dating like a 21-year, 22-year-old. And
gross.
My friend was very concerned for the 22-year-old because they said that, I don't want the girl to, realize in like 3 to 5 years, oh man, I made such a mistake and stuff like that, of like, why did I do this? But then I said, I was just like, again, you should not be dating. Like, I can't even look at a 22-year-old because they look like a child.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was just like, you got to let that girl go through this, because to live that experience, to understand what she likes and what she doesn't like, what's okay in a relationship, what's not okay in a relationship. And we all go through, as long as it's not like a crazy, like abusive relationship, like let those kind of relationships go on and go through their course. And then like, and we've all dated, we've all been in bad relationships.
Yeah.
But
and 9 times out of 10, it's going to fizzle out in some way or another.
Exactly.
And if it doesn't, great. But I think in those, because I mean, Gen Z loves to talk about an age gap relationship. They have a lot of thoughts and opinions about all of that. And what's interesting is like, I've started noticing, because there seem to be a lot of age gap relationships just around where we are. This like woman and her, like, she's pretty, mid to late 30s, that kind of thing. And this old fucking man. And it just looks gross. And I don't know. And you're just
sitting, and then they get pregnant.
And I mean, most of them did that like 10, 15 years ago, and he swooped in and got that hot young thing. And,
no, I got a friend that's 27, 26, pregnant by a 50-something-year-old man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So the choices you make do affect you. But again, but no, to your point, but like, and that's the thing is like, if in those relationships, what I'm getting at is in those relationships, you have to be able to have those conversations with them and be like, hey babe, I've been through some of this before. Here's some advice. But you also have to be okay with them not taking the advice. It's just kind of like goes back and hand in hand with that.
Yeah. And again, it's sometimes you just got to let people just live their lives and do what they want, especially when you're young.
If this mistake is not going to completely affect your relationship, let them make a mistake. And it might turn out fine. You don't know if it's a mistake because you really don't know. It might have been a mistake for you, but it might not be a mistake for them. And who are you to tell them that?
Yeah. And so going back to kind of the movie, it's kind of that kind of back and forth of should I do this? Should I not? She warned me. Do I do it? What about the relationships with my family? Do I do this? Do I do that? Do I really care? And it's just like,
do I listen to that old head? Like,
yeah, like, so that's why it's called My Old Ass.
Yeah.
So it's a really good movie. It's a quick movie. I highly recommend it. I don't know. I was in my feels, but not like my wife.
Yeah.
Like she really cried on it. I was just like, yeah, it's good shit.
It had some weight to it.
Yeah, it had weight to it. Yeah,
And that's
but in a very not in an your face kind of
Yeah.
way. Very subtly, subtle way. That's just like, okay, this is definitely good. This is top tier.
I need to watch it. It's on my list.
Yeah, so I'll give it solid 8. Again, it's quick. There's not that, like, besides just the acting and everything, there's not that much, like, plot wise going forward or anything like that. But
with a short movie, you don't need all that.
So go watch it.
I like how nowadays we're like 90 minutes is a short movie.
That's so true.
Back in my day, sometimes
2 hours used to be. Lord of the Rings fucked it all for everybody.
No, it was the worst. And I remember, like, I see some of these old movies. I like click on it. It's like 100. It's like an hour 10.
Yeah.
I was like, that is 70 minutes.
Jesus
and it's
Christ,
a movie.
Yeah, it's a whole movie.
Okay, whatever you say. Just a long episode.
Okay, Joe. What movie did you watch this week?
So I had a nice little Netflix weekend, and
Same.
I watched Hot Frosty.
Oh, Jesus.
Hot Frosty is a movie that is on Netflix, and it stars Lacey Chabert and Gretchen Wieners from Mean Girls.
Yep.
And it also stars, I don't know his name, but Ted from Schitt's Creek, the hot veterinarian.
Oh,
yeah. Craig Robinson is also in this. He plays like a sheriff. And then there's somebody else from Brooklyn Nine-Nine is in this, the short, funny guy. Who plays like Andy Samberg's best friend. I'm blanking, but he's like the deputy. And
Joe Lo Torregolo. Something like that.
yeah. So what this movie is about, it's about this woman. She owns this cafe in this cute little town, and she's like, and there's no crime at all. This is a 100% crimeless town. And she's just like going about, and there's a snowman building competition, and she's like walking along, and somebody made this very handsome man snowman. Like, it's just the puffiest nipples you've ever seen on a snowman. I don't know why they think like Batman and Robin nipples.
Best nipples on cinema ever.
But on a snowman. Yeah.
Don't know how you do that.
Yeah,
be honest.
It was movie, the magic of movies.
Oh, don't tell me he's the one that turns into.
So she is feeling a little down on life and love. It turns out that she had a partner that passed away at some point due to cancer, and but that's like so sidelined in the story. Like it like you don't know that until like way in, or I missed the first time they said it, and they didn't bring it up until the midpoint of the movie. Regardless, but so she like puts the little scarf around him, and she's like, "You need this more than I do," and she goes away, and he turns into a human.
Jesus Christ!
And he is a hot human with
Dustin Milligan
with a slutty little waist. If you remember Ted from
God, that's another Ted.
Ted from what's it called? Schitt's Creek. He was pretty svelte. He is 0% body fat in this movie. It is crazy. And so the fun.
Oh, this, yeah.
And so the fun thing about it is because he's a snowman, he will melt if he's too hot. And so he's just constantly half naked in the snow.
Bro.
His face, it looked like he
got long hair
in the movie. He has this long hair that doesn't frame his face very well, and it makes his cheekbones like a little skeletal. I don't know. But he was a very attractive man. And so what happens is he's naked. All he has is a scarf. So he busts in this window and steals these clothes. And then he goes and finds the Lacey Chabert. And he's like, I've been looking for you. And she's like, why? And he's just like, well, because you told me like all this stuff. And like, I think I love you. And she's like, no, you don't love me. That's not what love is. And so then throughout the whole movie, he's like trying to figure out what love is. And he did love Lacey Chabert. He does love Lacey Chabert. It's fantastic. But what's really interesting about this movie is like every time something came up, everyone would just be like, but he's hot. Like, guys, we got to give him, like, he doesn't know a lot. He doesn't know, but he's like, look at that
pretty
man.
Privilege.
Like, and like, serious, like, they were like, and so because he broke in, there's no crime in this whole thing. The sheriff is after him and he's trying to get the deputy to help him, and the deputy's kind of helping Hot Frosty. Like, he's like, I want to help him because he's like awkward. And then Hot Frosty is just like, he starts like slowly building himself into the town, and he like is helping little old ladies like with stuff, and he's like, I'll help build.
And then when he starts doing that, he seems more attractive, and the girl's like,
and then yeah. And then he asks her, because like then he's like helping build things for the middle school dance, and then for the winter dance, and then he's like helping kids like get dates on the dance and stuff like that. So she's just like,
super attractive. You're like, okay,
I know, and he's so hot, he's so nice, he's so helpful. So but then something happens. I can't say what.
They don't like each other. She's like back off.
There's like a whole thing with the sheriff, and he's like, there's no crime in my town, and I know he did it, and it's just like crazy. And
but then something brings them back together.
Yes. And but one of my favorite parts of the movie was when the sheriff was going around. He's like, there was a naked man who broke into this building. Can you identify this man? And they were like, I don't know. Do you like, is that the best sketch you could get? Like, and they said, what, because he ran into like this elderly couple, and he's like, so this was from Mr. Patterson or whatever his name was. And he was like, what was the description from Mrs. Patterson? And he goes, well, she couldn't describe his face. Describing his dick.
Are you talking about his penis?
Yeah. So you get a little fun. It's
Granny looking at penis.
Granny looking at dick. He's like, no, she could describe it very well, just not his face.
Do you think if you saw some dude's dick, you could pick it out of a lineup?
If balls are included, yes.
So, like, last guy you slept with, do you think you could pick his out of a random lineup?
I'm like, who's the last guy I slept with? I don't even know. Yeah, I think so. Do I get to taste it? Because they don't really know.
Oh my god!
Just a little sniff test.
Jeez, the sniff is real though.
No, you can tell when somebody like
somebody's scent.
Yeah, they walk in the room and you can smell it first.
Yeah, what, dick?
Well, not dick. Just like I'm just saying, everyone has their own like kind of smell.
I thought you were talking about like, yeah, when you walk in a room, I can just smell the dick. I smell it everywhere I go.
I can smell it from here. Clocked it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but no. I would give this movie, okay, if you were like into cheesy Christmas movies, this movie's a 10.
Yeah, rate it as that, because we all know it's not a good movie.
Because like it's a cheesy Christmas movie. It's really fun. It's also really quick. It's cute. It has some fun nostalgia moments. It's very like nothing crazy happens. There's some good adult humor in there, as I said. But yeah, it's just a fun holiday movie. It's nothing like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, because that's my echelon for Christmas movies. And The Grinch.
We can talk about our favorite Christmas movie a little bit later.
I mean, I'm sorry. I know Thanksgiving is your favorite holiday, but no one else gives a fuck. And
there's a lot of people who think Thanksgiving is their favorite holiday.
And we're just going straight into Christmas.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of people who don't give a fuck, but that's because you've been manipulated by big corporations to.
I'm sorry. What am I
care about.
supposed to be thankful for? These taxes, these tariffs.
Hey.
What am I supposed to be thankful for?
That you're a proud American.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Speaking of smelling things.
Jesus Christ. Not smelling dick, first of all.
No, food.
Yes.
Delicious food.
So, again, guys, if you don't know me, my favorite pastime is to watch cooking shows. Oh, by the way, one of the shows I forgot to, like, comfy shows that we talked about, Chopped.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot to name the millions of cooking shows I watched.
I just finished the last season of MasterChef Generations.
Loved it. Great.
Yeah, it was great. It was fantastic.
It was great. Yes.
I loved it.
So I love Gordon Ramsay, but I'm not gonna lie, I really don't watch that many like other cultures cooking, and so I'm gonna thank Netflix. Fuck you for the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. Thank you for this beautiful show. So if you haven't been paying attention to this show, I talked about this show called Physical 100, and this is basically kind of the same premise. So this is a Korean show on Netflix. They are dubbed over, and the most worst lip reading on earth, but they come in with 100 different cooks. Okay. You have 80 cooks who are very good cooks, and like they're actually like pretty well known in their like certain communities and stuff like that.
Okay.
Then you have 20 cooks who are like world renowned cooks that are like James Beard Award winners, Michelin star winners.
The Iron Chefs of Korea.
One of them, they've won Iron Chef.
Yeah, there we go.
They've won Master Chef. One did cooked at the White House dinner for when I guess South Korea came over to America. And so like it's the best cooks. And so what happens is it's called class wars because they call the lower people black spoons. And they have to go and get white spoons.
Yeah, that wouldn't fly in America.
Not at all. Not at all. Every time they say it, I'm like, God damn, this feels racist as hell.
It probably is because I mean, yeah.
But anyway, so the black spoons don't even have names. So I'm dead serious. Because they're not at the white spoon level yet.
Oh, so you don't deserve a name.
Yeah, so all the white spoons, they have like their names, you recognize them, you know who they are. Well, the black spoons, it's like they call themselves, they get to choose their name. So it's like, I'm the celebrity chef, I'm the comic book chef, I am the meat master, I am this and that, whatever they want to specialize in. Which is again funny as hell.
Yeah.
But again, it's to pit them against one another. Is the premise. So first episode, you have these 80 chefs. We got to whittle them down. So the judges, it is the number one most famous business person in all of Korea when it comes to food. That's tried all the different kind of foods from China, Japan, and like America. Like he's like the number one like guy to judge. Then the other guy that judges, there's only 2 judges. This dude is the only 3 Michelin star restaurant owner in Korea. Like the only one. And like if you got a 3 Michelin star, like if you don't know what that is, that's like the cream of the crop. Like I don't even think Gordon Ramsay has a 3 Michelin star.
No, but that also means you're doing some weird shit.
But it tastes fucking fantastic though. And so basically what happens first episode is they're like, hey, we're only taking 20 of you. So make whatever dish you want. And we just try it right in front of you. And I'll tell you if you pass or not. And there's like a 90-minute time limit, right? But they're like, but once we hit 20, we're at 20. So that's the incentive to finish quicker. But then he's like, but if I think your dish is good, but you made some mistakes, I will put you on hold.
Oh.
So they get through it and everything like that. And like, when I tell you it's the most nerve-wracking thing.
Yeah.
Like, just imagine like, hey, I made a dish and then Because people don't realize a 3 Michelin star person has the palate that is just different than anybody else's. And so like he tastes every bit. He knows too salty on this, to this. This is a little bit over. Like he knows everything. Little intimidating. The other guy, he's like kind of like your fun grandpa, but like also like, well, no, you're gone.
Yeah.
You're dead. Like
He'll be like, I'm not eating this. Get out.
Yeah. And so what happens is they whittle down to 20 people, and then it's just like white spoons versus black spoons. And when I tell you some of the culinary things that they're doing and challenges, it is a fun watch. There's 12 episodes.
I have a couple questions just 'cause I'm curious. Is it subbed or dubbed?
It's subbed and dubbed.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, that's what I said at the beginning. Like they have the worst lip reading, and so like whatever they say, they like say it over in some like white person's voice. And everything like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
Or you can just do the subtitles.
I'm really torn.
Yeah, dub. No, dub's fine. It's fine. Like we get through it. Also, you're watching a cooking show, so I really don't give a shit what like they're not telling like a deep ass story or anything.
I don't know. American shows, I feel like they're always telling every cooking show, it's somebody who used to battle drugs, somebody whose
I don't care.
like somebody whose parent died and they're doing this for mom, and then somebody who like is just like a cute young chef that just wants to career.
The Mormon, bro, she was so annoying on Master Generation.
Every time it's just like, I can't drink beer because of religious.
We don't care.
I can't drink coffee because of religious reasons. I was like, damn, all of the sponsors are anti-Mormon. I guess.
Yes, facts.
And
you don't make money for Mormons.
No, that's fair. They just make money for themselves.
Yes.
And they hoard it all in Utah.
But no. What's your other question?
What like kind of dishes are they making? Because like I feel like in American cooking shows, it's always some like everyone's like trying to show where they're from. You know what I mean? Like
so kind of the same way. So like the first challenge is like make your best dish. So like you have some fine dining like people that are making those cute beautiful plates.
Yeah.
Then you got this grandma that's out there that's making a fucking 5-course meal. One of my favorite characters, though, is there's no way she's going to win this thing, but she is the food master at a school,
like a culinary school.
No,
or just like a school,
regular school.
Oh, okay.
That's the title she gave herself. And she's
lunch lady isn't great.
Yeah, exactly. But no, if you see the food that she makes, it looks fucking. I was like, bro, I would eat that every day, all day, if that was my school lunch.
Well, we have to remember that school lunches in America are trash and very bad
because there's not enough money.
There's not enough funding. That's 100% true.
Yeah. So yeah, she like both me and my wife are rooting for her. But she ain't gonna win.
I find this interesting. So at any point, do the black spoons and white spoons can you like knock out a white spoon?
Yeah. So after the first episode, they go against each other.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So then you were like, okay, so clearly the white spoons should win, but the black spoons, hey, I'm gonna give it my all. Some of them win, some of them don't, and then they get team battles. And so white chefs working together with each other, headstrong and all that kind of stuff.
I really would like to see this. Like that, this show sounds amazing, and I'm definitely gonna watch it. But I want to see a Western version of it. And not even but I want chefs are so snobby. No, chefs in America and in Europe are so snobby for
yes.
French cooking and French cuisine is the epitome of classic cooking. That's where you should start learning to cook is French cuisine. And that's going to be your base knowledge for everything. And I think that's crazy. There's so many different kinds of cuisines out there and so many different styles. And there is such an elitism within the culinary world.
And that's what makes this kind of show great.
I like
because
that.
some people are cooking Korean food, but then you have other people who are like, no, I'm a Chinese, like I'm a Chinese, like they're not, they're Korean, but they're like, no, I cook Chinese food.
Well, it's the same as like every white guy wants to make sushi.
Yeah.
And normally it looks pretty good. So I'm like, I can't complain.
And then some cook Japanese food. Yeah. Some cook, like, you get to learn different Korean foods. Some are American. Like,
this is making me so hungry.
Yeah, same. But it's fantastic. It's great. I wish we had one. The only problem, the closest one is Tournament of Champions, I would say. But it's not the best of the best of the best.
No. I do like Tournament of Champions.
Yeah, Tournament of Champions is fantastic. But, like, I don't ever see Gordon competing against, like Bobby Flay. Or I don't see, any of the Michelin star chefs.
Yeah, because the show is called Beat Bobby Flay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, I would love to see all the Michelin star chefs, like the best chefs in America.
I feel like you got
in Europe.
I feel like you got some of that with Iron Chef America. Did you ever watch that growing up? I feel like we got some of that, but I want to see like
20 of the. I just, to be honest, I just want to see Guy Fieri cook. That's all I want to see.
I don't think I've ever seen that in my life.
No, this man just be eating.
But I want to see like somebody. I want to see somebody like a Master Chef and Guy Fieri and Gordon Ramsay all in the same show competing against each other.
Yeah, the only problem is some are Food Network people, some are Fox people, some are. It's all about Korea. Nobody getting no sponsorship deals, network deals, So here though,
yeah,
no, great show. Highly recommend. I would rate this like I haven't finished it. I'm only got a couple more episodes. I would give this a solid like 8. This is like a great. I want more and more. I would be fine to do this in different countries and stuff like that.
I've been seeing it. I bet you Netflix will start doing it in other countries, but I've been seeing it in my queue. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
like, it's new.
It's like you want to watch this shit, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe.
Do it.
But I didn't really understand the culinary class wars, and whenever I hear class wars, that kind of like turns me off. So like, I'm glad I know now.
Yeah, and like you could see like some of the black spoons are like, oh man, fuck them white spoons. They think they're so, entitled. I mean, technically they are. Like I'm just like, you can't hate on this man has one Iron Chef, Master Chef, has multiple awards. Like he deserves to be up there. Because a lot of them were pissed that those white chefs got to move on to the next round automatically.
So like he deserves to be up there, but does he deserve to act like that is the question.
To be honest, they all seem very nice people.
Well, I mean,
they're different from Americans.
Yeah,
we're assholes.
We're assholes. And here's my thing. And I've always said like my least favorite celebrity whatevers to work with is celebrity chefs because they hold their self-importance so high in America. And you kind of have to because they are their own self-promoters. And there does have to be some kind of thing. But some of them take it way too far. 9 times out of 10, those people are on drugs. But chef, if you don't know anything about chef, like cooking culture in America,
the restaurant
industry is fueled by drugs.
Drugs.
Yeah. How else are you gonna work 2 doubles in a row? You know what I mean?
No,
it's horrible. But yeah, I don't
watch it.
I will.
Dun, 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 dun.
So
what are you talking about?
Today I
became a weeb.
I mean, I have talked about anime on this show before. I think. Frieren?
Yes.
So like I am very selective about my anime choices. I do like to go for the more mystical, fanciful, a little less sci-fi. However, this lovely show has both. And so what this show is about, it's about these 2 teenagers. One of them is like a very pretty, popular girl. And she kind of befriends this like nerdy guy because he kind of like nerds out on her a little bit because he hears her talking about some kind of occult something or other. And so he's like, oh, she must believe in aliens. And so he chases her down the hall, runs into her, all this stuff. And she's like, what? And he's like, yo, you were talking about this, you were talking about that. So you believe in aliens too? And she's like, no, but I believe in ghosts. And he's like, what?
You're dumb.
You're stupid. And she's like, my grandmother is literally a psychic medium. And like, she deals with ghosts. This is her job and who I've grown up with. And he's like, nope, that's stupid. There's no such thing as ghosts. And she's like, well, fuck you. There's no such thing as aliens. And so, as great teenage television tends to do, is they dared each other.
We need to bring dares back.
We really do. I feel like
a triple dog dairy.
Oh, I brought that up recently. I was like, I don't want to take this to triple dog status. Like, people don't know that shit. But no, so she tells him, you're going to go to this like most haunted spot in our little area. And then he goes, fine. And you're going to go to where we've seen all of these aliens and all of this stuff.
So real quick. So that haunted tunnel is like a real tunnel in Japan. And like, it actually is like, a lot of people have said sightings have been like, people have been missing. It's actually in a lot of different other animes. Like, this is a very famous tunnel.
If you look into Japan's just like ghost culture, like spirit culture, it's like it's crazy. It's I don't want to say crazy. It's intense. It's like most people they just like kind of believe it's a part of the thing. Like ancestors, all that kind of stuff. So he ends up going to this tunnel and he's walking down and he's like, there ain't no fucking ghosts around here. In comes Turbo Granny. Turbo Granny is this very old, decrepit looking woman with crazy eyes. And she looks at this lovely young man and says, I will let you suckle my teat if I can gobble your dong.
Bro, that phrase, when I watched it, I was like, wait, what?
And I was like, and I just remember sitting there and being like, is she serious? Like, what does she mean by that? And she was serious. And the reason they call her Turbo Granny, bitch can run fast. She's a fast little speedy fucker.
No, it's so crazy because like, you know, like it starts off like, just like, you know, kind of any other anime and like, oh yeah, these kids. And then all of a sudden just, let me eat your dong. I was like,
I'll let you suckle my teats if you let me. And it's old granny voice. If you let me gobble your dong. And her faces go like, and her eyes go like this. And then he's like, and so he runs away. I am going to spoil a little bit because it does go to, she does get the dong. And
she does get the dong.
She does gobble his dong and he no longer has a dong. And so now a lot of the plot is to get his dong back. While this is going on, lovely girl.
Momo.
What is her name again?
Momo. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I just think of like Momo from Avatar. And but so she is at this like abandoned building where there's been alien sightings and all this stuff, gets abducted immediately. And they are horrifying, disgusting, evil creatures. And they, you know, it is anime, so it does get a little like, it gets very rapey at points, but no, it never actually happens. And I wanted to say that because the whole time I was sitting there, I was like, I swear to God, if it happens, I'm out. She's a 16-year-old girl, for fuck's sake.
Are they in high school? I'm pretty sure they're middle school.
She's 16. That's brought up multiple times.
Okay.
And I don't know about him, but she's 16. So gets kidnapped and all that fun stuff. These creepy alien fucks, they're very big on like psychic kind of warfare. Like they can like mess with your mind and stuff and like make you feel things. And I didn't really understand. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little stoned watching this show. It's just a little tad. It's a great show to watch while you're stoned. Like
very
fantastic. Could not. But so it gets a little weird, and they're like, oh, well, we don't have women on our planet, so we are going to.
They wanted to take her organs.
But they keep saying banana.
They say banana. Yes, they want to use her reproductive parts to create their own people.
Yes. So they want to,
Using their banana.
Yeah, using their banana, and their banana is a giant like drill coming out of where their penile stuff should be is just like a drill. And so she's like, "Oh my god, I don't know what to do." All of a sudden, homeboy turns out when Granny gobbled his dong, he got a little bit of her power, and he shows up, like comes through the phone. Because she's calling him. She's like, I need help. And he comes through the phone and starts to help her. But he can't really handle it. She realizes her grandma is a medium and finds out that she has psychic powers. And so you have this ghost and these aliens and these psychic powers, and everything's really trippy. And she's like chained to a wall, but using her psychic powers. And they're trying to use their psychic powers on her. And it's just a wild fucking time. Because you're sitting there and you're just like, who the fuck came up with this? And thank God
That's
they
facts.
did.
That's facts. It is who. But I think it's such a brilliant thing of like, ghosts and aliens. They've always been like those, those things of like people believe in them, but nobody can really prove. But let's just bring them both together.
Yeah, and what's interesting about it is because they haven't said this yet, but it definitely feels like the aliens and the ghosts are connected in some way.
They are.
And so I'm very interested to see how that plays out because I love a new concept of how these like creatures, because like we have the little green men, we have the scary aliens, we have that. I love a concept of like how this could be intertwined with the spiritual. That's a really interesting concept that they don't really dive into a lot in American media.
I won't like, this is not really a spoiler. It won't be on for a couple episodes, but like the way they're connected, because guys, I am nerd. I read the manga. What they're connected is they think aliens are trying to reproduce with humans that way, because what's preventing aliens from taking over Earth is all the spirits and demons that are here.
Oh.
Yeah. And so they don't know how to fight against these demons or anything like that.
These aliens are very like in the psychic realm of things.
Yes.
Like they have like these like ESP powers. I don't know how to explain it, but like so they are dealing with, and I do remember like in that first episode they were like kind of like fucking ghost, like how the fuck can he do that?
Exactly. And so yeah, the rest of the plot of like the show is basically him getting his
dong
and balls back.
Yes, because
she gobbled it all.
Yeah, she took it.
She gobbled it all.
And poor, as being a nerdy young boy just trying to make his way through life and talking to a pretty girl for the first time.
Dick is gone.
And your dick is gone? That sucks. That's a hard life.
But also like with the show, it truly is like a love story at the same time.
Yeah, but it's that's the other thing. It's very slow burn. It's very sweet. It's very cute. Yes. And like, and you see these two and how they work. They learn how to work together and they learn how to protect each other. And I think that's where a lot of that comes in. I can see it. It's not even close to starting yet. Like it's just getting to the point where she's like, other girls shouldn't be mean to him. And like, she's coming to that realization there. I can be mean to him, but other girls can't.
Yeah.
And like,
no, it's a beautiful, beautiful anime. I'm actually very excited. First of all, the actual animation is gorgeous. It's amazing, top tier. Love it.
No, it's so good, and it's on Netflix. It's beautiful. We didn't even talk about Granny with the big tits.
Oh yeah.
So not Turbo Granny.
That's later though. I mean, they can figure that out.
Okay, well, I'll let you all decide what that means.
Yeah. But watch Dandadan. Just for the opening.
The opening, I
get you.
I can't like it just the second it starts that dun 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 dun. So it's called Dandadan. If you're an American white person, Dan. That's how you do it, and I'd give it an 8. Like I liked it.
Oh no, it's solid.
I loved it. Like
8 is good. That's a great rating.
I think because like I mean like am I gonna go back and watch all the other episodes right now? Maybe because I'm out, but it's just really good. And like you know me, I'm very skeptical about anime this one is great.
No, I actually think this is perfect for you because it's spirit and spooky and alien, but also there is an actual love story, kind of like the sweet innocent love story,
which is funny because like I haven't even like I figured it might go there, but like also these shows could easily just go into best friends territory. So
yeah,
like
you're not wrong.
So like I didn't know it was gonna be a love story. So
well. I'm not to a point like in the manga where it's just like, oh no, they're fully in love, but
you can see it happening.
But yeah, you see the tandem, you see all the.
It's very. You can see the little like drops.
Yeah.
Getting it led up there. It's slow.
You're gonna like it.
I'm so excited.
But that's it for our show today. Guys, happy Thanksgiving. Have a great life, and I hope hopeful that everybody is okay. You know. And for Black Friday, give us some money.
Yes.
By subscribing, liking us anywhere. Yeah, I had to throw that in, you know. Again, you know where to catch us, wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube to see our ugly mugs. But I'm Jordan.
And I'm Joe.
And this is Double the Trouble of Features.